All right. Enhancing weapon crafting. Again, guys, this is an extension of what was said in the pretty much the State of Destiny 2 yesterday with Joe Blackburn. There's a ton to be excited about for Lightfall. From build crafting updates to weapon and ability changes, we have packed a lot into this upcoming expansion. As Destiny 2 game director Joe Blackburn explained in yesterday's Lightfall in the Year Ahead blog, we're making some important changes to weapon crafting in the future, which we'd like to explain further here. Want the short version? Check out the TLDR below. Looking for the details? We've got those too. So let's roll. TLDR, Deepsight. No more Deepsight attunement objectives after Lightfall launches. Only craftable weapons will drop with Deepsight Resonance after Lightfall launches. Resonant elements, we will remove Resonant and Harmonic alloys in the upcoming season. So again, more consolidation here. There's also going to be 3 new features planned for later this year. Weapon enhancing. You upgrade an Adept Lightfall Raid weapon with enhanced traits, level, and memento socket. Coming a few weeks after the Lightfall Master Raid releases. Deepsight activation. It's going to be possible to apply Deepsight to a weapon coming in Season 21. So you get a weapon that you like, and we're going to get into the leveling process in a second, but you can actually apply the Deepsight to that craftable weapon, allowing you to target that weapon pattern. And then weapon level boosting. Leveling up a weapon will not require equipping it. Coming after Season 21, you will still be able to level up crafted weapons the current way if you like, though. All right, so that's huge. You can level up without actually equipping it. I wonder how that's going to work. Is it just going to chill in your inventory? Let's continue, though. Deepsight New Insights. Currently, red border Deepsight weapons drop far too frequently for weapons that have no pattern available to unlock. Any excitement or relief about obtaining potential pattern progress is diluted by receiving red border weapons, which have no capability to be crafted. I personally just hate getting... I need the materials, which is why we keep them for a vault, but I'm not excited for the loot itself. I literally just look at it as a means to get the attunement just to get the materials. You can also receive red borders for a weapon that you've already unlocked, making it feel like a wasted Deepsight. Yes, it does. In Lightfall, we were overhauling the red border Deepsight weapon drop behavior. So Deepsight attunement objectives are being removed. In Season 18, we added the ability to obtain pattern progress in Resonant elements by just dismantling a Deepsight weapon, bypassing the hard requirement to complete the Deepsight objective, although you do get less materials. In Lightfall, the optional Deepsight objective will be entirely removed. If you obtain a Deepsight weapon, and just want the pattern progress, you can dismantle it. If you want a pattern progress and also want to keep the Deepsight weapon, you also have the option to immediately obtain the pattern without dismantling the weapon. Okay? Deepsights will no longer drop for any weapon that does not have a pattern available to unlock. When a Deepsight weapon drops after the release of Lightfall, it will signify a reward you will want to engage with immediately, rather than an afterthought you might toss into the vault for later, which is exactly what's been happening. My vault is just full of Deepsights. Deepsight will operate like a checklist. Every red border weapon that drops will be pattern progress that can be earned. Now moving to Resonant elements and alloys. In Lightfall, shaping perks will now require standard currencies. Glimmer, enhancement course, legendary shards, etc. We've identified a number of problems with the Resonant element economy, including element usage itself is infrequent, spiking only when you need to shape or reshape a weapon. The element currency cap is easily bypassed by simply hoarding excess Deepsight weapons in the vault. There is a disparity between the haves and have-nots, where hardcore players can have a glut of elements, whereas more casual players are starving for them, as elements are directly tied to weapon acquisition. In addition to those problems, the larger concern is that elements aren't integrated into broader Destiny economy, and so for Lightfall, we are removing them altogether. The relic tether, which will now serve no purpose, will also be removed from your inventory. They've completely just deprecated everything from the original weapon, which is a good thing here, but everything where it started originally, which we had what was it, guys? 6, 7 currencies? How many currencies did we start off with? It was quite a bit. Now, we will not be making changes to crafting alloys, Resonant, Harmonic, and Ascendant at Lightfall's launch. We are planning to remove Resonant and Harmonic alloys in the following seasons. There are no significant changes currently planned for Ascendant alloys. All right, so Ascendant alloys will still continue to be beneficial in the long run. My question is, in the short term, if I get a Deepsight weapon, activate, enhance, level up. We'll be adding 3 new crafting capabilities during Lightfall year: Deepsight activation, weapon enhancing, and weapon level boosting. Deepsight activation, aka manual Deepsight. This feature allows you to electively apply Deepsight to a weapon that has a pattern available to unlock. Only weapons that have not previously rolled with a Deepsight are valid for Deepsight activation. Oh, okay. So only weapons that have not previously rolled. Okay. Deepsight can be activated on the same weapon instant multiple times. The ability to manually activate Deepsight will be tightly controlled, and there will be some variation in cost depending on the weapon. A raid weapon will require additional currencies compared to a seasonal weapon. Interesting. We're targeting a Season 21 release for this feature. Let's keep going. Raid Adept Weapon Enhancing. We want to expand the enhanced trait perk capabilities of crafted weapons over to other weapons without increasing the amount of Deepsight you need to acquire. To do this, we'll be introducing a new weapon enhancing feature to a very limited number of new weapons. The first weapons to obtain this enhancement capability will be Adept weapons acquired from the Master Difficulty Lightfall raid. The non-Adept base raid weapons will remain crafted. Note that Master Raid Adept Enhancing will be introduced a few weeks after the Lightfall Master Raid release. This feature will be backwards compatible with the Lightfall and Adept weapons you have already acquired, but won't include previous raids. All right. I'm assuming we'll probably end up getting that at some point down the road, though. Weapon Enhancing allows a weapon to be upgraded with enhanced traits, a level, and a memento socket. This upgrade will consume standard currencies and Spoils of Conquest for raid weapons and will be applied through a new tiered weapon mod. Once enhanced, you'll be able to modify limited aspects of the weapon at the crafting relic. For the initial limited rollout, Weapon Enhancing will have 3 tiers. Enhancement Tier 1 replaces the existing master, grants an enhanced intrinsic weapon level, first enhanced timestamp, and memento socket. For raid adepts only, this allows full selection over the barrel and magazine perks. These perks are individually gated by level, same as crafted weapons. The cost of weapon enhancing tier 1 will vary based on the master tier that is being replaced. Enhancing a weapon that has a master tier value of 10 will be much cheaper than enhancing a weapon with a master tier value of 1. Interesting. Enhancement tier 2, weapon level 11 requirement, allows enhancing of the left column traits. All right, so this is essentially we'll continue, but we're gonna roll back here in just a second. But this is you leveling up your drop, right? Enhancement tier 3, weapon level 17 requirement, allows enhancing of the right column trait. Right now, pretty much to get it done, was it level 16 to get that second column? Weapon level 17 requirement, or this enhancement feature will be added to new raid adepts starting in Lightfall. Due to technical limitations, though, we will not be committing to a wide expansion of this capability to other weapons until we investigate further. All right, so just adepts. I get it. All this means your adept weapon drops. Suddenly, okay, let me give you a great example. I have an adept roll Insidious, right? I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It rolled with Rampage, Stats for All, Dragonfly, whatever. Okay. The point is, you can take that same adept weapon, you can begin committing time to it, leveling it up, and then you can enhance that weapon's current roll. That means I can run over here and give it enhanced Rampage or enhanced Bait and Switch or enhanced Dragonfly, right? This will max out at level 17. I cannot go grab another trait and place it on this roll because it's still locked to this roll. You can only enhance what is dropped on the weapon. For raid, this is for raid adepts only. It allows full selection over barrel and magazine perks. So you can change that. But whatever the trait combinations are, that's what it's stuck with.
I wonder if we're going to be able to enhance the both perks in that one column, or those just going away.
You think it's just going to be one trait and one trait?
It may just, the adept weapons may just be one trait per columm, but it'd be nice if
I think it's going to be
2 perks per column. You just enhance all 4 perks.
I think it's going to be both, Les, because they mentioned right here, I guess they could have said just left trait perk, but they said left column trait perk. So yeah. I'm assuming they're meaning the whole column.
Okay.
I hope so. Keep in mind, guys, this is only going to be for the Lightfall raid adept weapons. Again, right here, won't include previous raids until Bungie figures. I guess they're going to have to just see how this is going to work out. But yeah.
This could break the game. So
now let's move on to weapon level boosting. There are far more crafted weapons than there are equipment slots to accommodate them. So we're adding another avenue to increase a weapon's level without needing the weapon to be equipped. A new weapon mod will be added that will increase the level of a crafted or enhanced weapon for the cost of standard currencies. While this will not be initially positioned as the only method for leveling up a weapon, it may be a convenient method for unlocking early perk choices and an outlet for any spare currencies you have stockpiled. We're looking to add this behavior sometimes after Season 21. Okay, so after Lightfall. Regardless of how often you craft your weapons, we believe these changes will improve your gameplay experience. Some are coming with Lightfall in just a few short weeks. Others are planned for later in the year. As always, making games is a journey, and sometimes our plans and timelines change. If our plans change, we'll let you know. We will also continue to tune weapon crafting as we gather more feedback and data after these changes go live. Keep crafting your favorite weapons and keep the feedback coming. So you will have a way. I just wonder how much the cost is going to be, but you will have a way to level up a weapon by investing. I'm sure it's going to be Glimmer, enhancement cores, etc., things like that. We just have to see how much that cost actually is. But you could level up a weapon this way, which is probably good because you imagine getting that really, really good roll. Imagine that Adept Raid roll dropping on you, and you're like, dude, I want to play with the most meta version of this right here, right now. You can just go ahead and spend the currencies, max it out, or get it to level 17, or vice versa. You can just, if you're not like in that big of a rush, you can still go level it up passively. My only issue is understanding the timeline for things, because some of it kind of bleeds into others. It seems like most of these features here in this article aren't really going to be rolling out, other than the removal of certain materials. The actual rollout of this is not going to be until after Lightfall or after the master raid goes, or what did I say, a couple weeks after the master raid, right? Chat, we're going to make a timeline. Luke, Jared, if we can get together, let's make a timeline, just literally a line of what is all going to, we'll post this picture on YouTube and Twitter of when to expect each one of these changes. That way we have a good idea. They're throwing a lot of information at us, but not necessarily in chronological order. So we'll throw together something. That way we kind of have an idea. All right, this is the roadmap from when all of these changes should be in our hands. Granted, they did mention at the bottom that could definitely change.
I don't know if they said it in the article. I may not have been paying attention, but when you level up the weapon, will you have to use certain currencies to enhance the perk, or no?
That is a good question. It just says,
or will you just be able to immediately enhance the perk without having to do anything?
I think it's going to require Ascendant Alloys less. It says allows enhancing of the left column trait perk.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I mean, what would be the point really of craft? I mean, what would be the point of, leveling it up if you just go and craft one?
Well, it's Adept, so then you could do an Adept mod. And
Adepts are also going to require spoils, which is, I wonder how much that's going to be.
It sounds like a lot of time commitment and currency commitment for sure. And if my question is, are we going to have to spend? Can we even spend 2 Ascendant Alloys on each column and just have 2 enhanced?
It's expensive, man.
It's expensive, but
that's 4 alloys.
It's a lot. But can we do that and swap between 2 different enhanced perks, or will we have to have a set static roll to choose from, only giving us the options of Bungie, we need pictures on this, honestly. Just some clarification on what that cost would be, plus what it, again, I'm assuming the technical limitations here are the ability to give us 2 enhanced traits to work with per column. So back to turning a weapon into a deep sight. That's really interesting because this is to avoid you getting into a situation where, say, for instance, you get multiple Ikelos SMGs and none of them are deep sights, right? But now you'll be able to get that Ikelos. You can then activate deep sight on it. You can do it multiple times, but you'll be able to activate deep sight on it and go about getting the pattern. My question is what is the pattern cost still going to be? Because if it's 5 and you can only activate deep sight once, you see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, once you got to earn it again. You can do it again,
Oh, activate it on the same web. I was thinking
you can't just get one Ikelos and then just deep sight it 5 times. Okay. Pattern. You have to get 5 different Ikelos.
I completely misunderstood this, chat. I thought you couldn't activate it on the same weapon ever but once. Once you activate it once on a single Ikelos, if I got 3 more Ikelos SMGs, I can't activate deep sight on that. Oh, this is a fantastic change. All right, guys.
I just don't understand why not just make every weapon that's craftable just drop as a deep sight resonance weapon
every single time.
Yeah, just make it 100% chance of it dropping as a deep sight until you've unlocked the pattern, and then it just goes. I don't understand why we got to go through activating the deep sight. Just make it 100% drop rate, right?
Guys, I hope we gave you some clarification in our conversation here. Again, we're gonna have that picture time graph. Luke, we definitely need to get that picture time graph. We need a line literally laying everything out, season, and then little indications of when each of these changes should be going live. That way we have an understanding of when to expect these things.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.